So here dynamic SQL means if you pass table name or column name or any database object as a parameter, or dynamically if you pass that table name or column name, so that we call it as dynamic SQL. Okay, so that means we don't know about the database object name, but if you pass that name, we can get related data. Okay, so for example, select star from EMP. So here employee EMP table, that is static name. Okay, we are giving that table name. Coming to the dynamic SQL, we don't give the table name. We just pass the table name as a parameter so that that related data will be displayed. So here we can write the dynamic SQL queries for create, alter, insert, select, update, delete, truncate. So before going to see that, we should know these identifiers. Like if you give %i, that will be used for database object names, table name, column names, and schema names. So automatically it will quotes if required. %L if you give, then it will be used for data values. And it will automatically add quotes. %S means raw data. Whatever text will be there, it will be displayed that one. So we will see with example, then only we can able to understand. So select. So for this we use format function. So here select from. So actually here column names we should write. Okay. So in this place I will write %i. See this. %i used for table names and column names. Okay. %i, and after from class we used to write table name. Okay. For table name also I am giving %i. And here these are the first dynamic value we need. First value we need to give here like column name. Okay. So what will be the column name? Employee name. And second, this is the second value. So here we need to give table name. Okay. So just pass this. Okay. So it is expecting quotations. Now see, select employee name from employee, like that. So if you execute it, it will give the output. Okay. Like that, you can pass here any value, any column, here any table, that related table. Okay. If I give here department number, then department, then it will display like select department number from department. Okay. And literally used for data values. Select format of where employee name equal to %L. Okay. So if I give here A, then see the output first. So here quotations will be there. Okay. So earlier, if you give this department number and department name, we don't have that quotations in the output. But here, if you use %L, then it will automatically assign codes if needed. See this, automatically adds codes. Okay. And if you use small s, then see, it will not assign codes. Okay. So actually this percentage s that is used for integers. Okay. Suppose this input value I want to get as it is. Then I will go for percentage yes. But in some cases, I want this input with codes. That means in that cases, I will go for percentage L. Okay. So we will discuss with examples, then only we come to know where it will be required. So first, create. So here I will take one scenario. I will take one store procedure and I will pass one parameter like table name, and the table name should be created. Okay, with respect to columns, whatever I have mentioned that logic. So create or replace procedure and dynamic create, and here p underscore table name and text language pgSQL and as end begin. So before that, declare v underscore SQL text. So in this variable, we will write dynamic SQL. So v underscore SQL equal to format create table percentage. So here why I will give percentage I means, so that is table name. Okay. And employee number serial comma ename text comma salary integer. Okay. So I am taking this column names. Okay. And this should be in quotations, single quotes, and here single quotes ends, and here for this identifier, I need to pass this table name, which is like parameter. Okay. And after writing this, rise notice v underscore SQL and execute v underscore SQL. Okay. Query percentage comma. So we will check create procedure, call that procedure. Here employee dynamic SQL underscore employee. So this is the table. So this is the actual query. Okay. So after writing this query, suppose that query is properly done or not. So how do we check means? by printing that v underscore SQL variable value, then we come to know. So this is the actual query. So take this and you can observe the mistakes if it is there. Okay. So we will check whether the table has been created or not. See, the table has been created. Okay. And this is one way of approach by writing the dynamic query. And another way of approach is we can write concat operator also. See, concat operation means wherever the dynamic values are passed, so that should be outside of the quotations, and remaining part just put in quotations. Okay, so create table and table name, and here with brackets with space, uh, after creating table name, no need to give space, and just copy and paste it. Now see, we will check employee emp1 dynamic SQL emp1 I am giving. So if you give like this, see, okay, and you can check emp40 table. If you write, see, emp40, so the table has been created. Okay, so dynamic emp, dynamic emp1, emp40. Okay, these tables we have created. Remember these tables, so we can use this table for dropping. Okay, and see, I didn't get the response from this procedure. Okay, so how can I get the response after whether that, suppose if you give like employee 40 already created, if I give that employee 40 again, then relation employee 40 already exists. Okay, so how do you handle these type of scenarios? Like for that, before going to create the table, we need to check whether the table already exists or not. Okay, so select from information dot schema dot tables where table underscore name equal to p underscore table name. Okay, and table underscore schema equal to schema name is public. So here I'm taking count integer. I'm taking this count underscore in this v underscore count variable. Okay, so after that, or else you can write so no need to use this count variable. You can write if exist condition, if exist then begin and else, begin, and end if. Okay. So if that exists, then I want to return values like integer output variable I'm taking and output parameters. So p underscore message text. Okay. If the table exists, then set, not set, p underscore sts equal to 201 and p underscore message equal to table already exist. Okay. The table does not exist, then write this logic. And after creating the table, just pass these values 200 and table created. Okay. And here, before executing this, procedure, no? So delete that procedure and again create it. Why? Because we have added some parameters. Okay. And pass this null, null, and if I pass emp40, I think underscore, yes, procedure is created and table already exists. If I give 41, then table created. You can check table has been created, okay, without any records. So this is the way to write the code in real time. Whenever there is a requirement like creating the table dynamically by passing the table name as a parameter, then you should write like this. So then only procedure gives the response. So before going to create the table, we need to check that table exists or not. Okay.